takes a certain amount of style du monde or global style to make your global debut in Paris. But that's exactly what Cadillac did with the Optiq, or should I say Optiq. The Optiq is Cadillac's newest global SUV. It's going to be for sale in more than 10 countries around the world. When it goes on sale, Cadillac's not saying yet when that will be, but it is beautiful. And it's everything that we're going to see from Cadillac in the future. Here's a look at the Cadillac Optiq. The Cadillac Optiq is built on Cadillac, or parent company GM's Ultium battery and motor program. So it has really great DC fast charging. They say it'll replenish about 70 miles in about 10 minutes at a DC fast charger. And this is estimated to get about 300 miles of range of driving on a single charge and deliver 288 horsepower, which is not bad at all. A lot of novel and innovative details went into the design of this car. It starts with, and I'll approach with the key, it starts with handles, door handles that come out this way. The designers talked about, if you're right-handed, this is going to be an easier way to get into the car, an easier way to grab the door handle. And that's just where it starts. Notice these rear quarter windows. This is actually layered glass. It's screen printed layers that are put into the window here. And you can even see this design. It continues out here into the taillights in the Cadillac Optiq. You'll see there are some signatures back here, classic Cadillac tail fins. So let me turn this on again because I have the key in my hand. And you can see these tail light signature, and not only on the rear, but also on the side here as I unlock the car. Another really cool detail is right here. To get into the liftgate, all we do is push the Cadillac badge, which has been redesigned and it's new for the electric age, and the liftgate opens. And then over here, you'll notice that there is a Cadillac badge here. Like we did with the liftgate, you just give a good press there, and there is the charge port. Tap this little button to close it. You can't see them here, but the Cadillac Optiq does have puddle lights that show you the Cadillac logo when you get into the car. And now let's get inside and see what there is to see behind the wheel. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the door handle. To open the door, it's right here. You just pull that and you can get in and out. Let's take a look at what Cadillac has innovated in this interior. It's unlike any Cadillac that you've ever seen. And it's not just the design, it's also the materials. Almost all the materials in this car are recycled, repurposed, renewable materials. So there is, for instance, there are woven fabrics here and on the door panels and even here on the dashboard. And that is recycled woven materials, woven threads that Cadillac has used to cover these surfaces. There are some really beautiful laser cut etched plastics here with ambient lighting behind. There's a little storage box here. There's storage here. So you could put, you know, some small things, a phone, a makeup bag, things like that there. But lots of really great flexible space. And I love this floating center console with a space for your phone. There is actually a wireless phone charger here. So space for your friend's phone, space for your phone right here. And then this beautiful center console that almost has that carbon fiber look detail to it. It's plastic on top and then there's fiber underneath. It's not carbon fiber, it's recycled fiber. And it is surrounded by this textured metal that surrounds the cup holders here, the infotainment dial here, and the volume dial here. And this is gorgeous. This is jewelry for the hand, not jewelry to wear in your hand, but jewelry to hold in your hand. And I have to say, I love that Cadillac is embracing that idea of giving me jewelry to hold while I'm driving, because I like that. So behind the wheel, you will find all of the typical things you find in a Cadillac. There is Super Cruise here. I can tell because there's a plastic little plastic piece, which is where you'll find that green, blue, or red Super Cruise indicator. And then our cruise control is right there. And then we have the gear selectors right here. And General Motors has moved to using this kind of gear selector. That's one that we've seen on Mercedes models. Some Tesla models have it. And I think I agree. I really like it a lot. And then you'll see this really beautiful plastic etched piece that spans the dash. And here, and then you'll also see it over here on the door panel. And this is it is etched plastic with a light bar underneath, and you can change the ambient lighting color. There's like hundreds of colors that you could change it to. Oh, there we go. And so now it's changing to purple. So I was successful. I changed the lighting, and I'll have to tell them to change it back, that I toyed with their toy. But it's just beautiful. So it gives you this opportunity to create whatever glow you want. I want to show you this really beautiful, expansive glass screen. This is a 33-inch display. You'll see there's about a 17-inch or so multimedia system, about a 15-inch or so multimedia system there. There is a driver display here, and then over here we have our light controls and our head-up display, which is standard. There's the head-up display there, and there's the projection box right there. And that's a standard feature, as is this digital rear view mirror. So you can see there, that's the view behind me in the studio, and there's my reflective view. And I love that they included this. The reason they included this is because there is no rear windshield wiper. So if you're looking out the back through the rear window and it's got snow on it, or it has if it's covered in snow or rain, or you can't see out it for whatever reason, you don't need to. You could just flip this and you will have a digital view, a video view, and you can say goodbye to that rear windshield wiper. I think I like it. Climate is here. So a lot of things are kind of where you expect to see them. Down here, there's this nice little box, which is a great place to toss a phone, and right next to it, 2 USB ports. So really clever use of the space. And I'm going to set my seat. Oh, I'm going to set my seat, and look how I do it by pushing these controls here on the door, not by using controls down here. And one of them, let me see if I can figure out which one. Oh, it's this one right here, is my massaging seat. And they are standard. Massaging seats are standard in the Cadillac Optiq. You know what else is standard? Is this panoramic sunroof. It is a fixed glass roof. It extends from here to over the headrest in the rear seat, and it extends from basically the sun visors to over the rear headrest. And it does have a screen, so you can close the screen. You don't have to leave the glass open all the time if you like. You can close the screen, which is a nice detail, especially if you live someplace where it's hot. And a really nice sizable back seat, which I'm going to get in and measure to see how child passenger car seats work. The Optiq is designed to have people come with you, and that means not just passengers who are going to be comfortable here in the rear seat, but also perhaps children. So we're going to talk about kids' car seats, but first let's talk about what comforts are available here in the rear seat of the Optiq. So first of all, I want you to notice these seats. These are really cool. They're very sculpted looking. They have a real modern, futuristic look to them. Here I have air vents here on the back of the center console. Our trim, this is an option, it has heated rear seats, and there are 2 USB ports and a household outlet, plus a tiny little cubby for holding a phone or something like that. So some really nice features. And then of course the requisite fold down armrest with cup holders, so someplace to put your Starbies and someplace to lean your elbow as you're being driven in the Cadillac Optiq. But let me talk about kids' car seats. Now there are 2 full sets of latches, lower anchors, and then the upper tethers here. And we need about 28 or 29 inches for a rear-facing car seat, or for forward-facing car seat, with about 30 inches, I will show you, about 30 inches between seats. So enough space for a rear-facing child passenger car seat. And this is behind the driver's seat, which is set for me, and I'm 5'8". So I had plenty of room in that seat, and that got plenty of room behind me for a rear-facing child passenger car seat. Do you have enough room for a forward-facing car seat? Of course. Can you fit 3 across? So let's see what we're looking at in terms of width. So we've got about 19 inches for that seat. We've got about 10 inches seatbelt to seatbelt here. So a little bit of a narrow spot, but can you fit a booster or a base for a baby seat there? Probably. And then you've got another 19 inches over here. So if you wanted to fit 3 car seats across, you probably could. You can easily fit 2 child passenger car seats. And if you need to put a rear-facing car seat, or possibly even 2, as long as the passenger is comfortable having his seat a little closer to the dashboard, you could probably fit another rear-facing child passenger car seat in the seat as well. And that's one of the things that we love about electric cars, is they have a little more legroom in the rear. And let me just demonstrate. Very comfortable. If you're doing what I normally do, which is I'm looking around under here for how to open the liftgate, well, it is here. You just press the badge and the door opens. It's a really nice, spacious liftgate. So great for tailgating. I love to do the sort of the head check. Am I going to be able to sit here comfortably and have enough of the liftgate overhead to keep me dry on a rainy day, or out of the sun on a hot day? You got plenty. But there is a little secret here underneath me that I want to show you that you're going to really love. I love this too. And actually, we just had a conversation with Cadillac's designers about this, because we've all had this experience where you have groceries that become loosed from the bag and they roll around, and you open the lift gate and your marinara sauce rolls right out and crashes in your driveway. It just happened to me not that long ago. And that was very frustrating, and they didn't like that either. And so they designed this as a dual height floor, so you can move this floor, and now it has a lip here, so things are not going to slip out or roll out of the car when you open the lift gate when you've brought your groceries home. And I think that's so thoughtful. I appreciate that. And then there's also a little storage under there. I would imagine that is a charge cord, and just a little bit of storage under there. It's very narrow, but space if you have narrow things to store. And while the Optiq is a really beautiful electric SUV, probably the best thing, or the most attractive thing, is all that comes standard. All-wheel drive, the 33-inch multimedia screen, the digital rear-view mirror, massaging front seats. This car is completely loaded with features that you might expect to pay a lot more money for, but get this. Starting price, about $54,000. The Optiq and its electric siblings, the Lyriq, the Celestiq, and the Escalade IQ, though they represent the future of Cadillac. So thinking about more sustainable materials, more sustainable ways of driving, and a global platform, a car that can be built and sold anywhere in the world, not just the United States. And it's true, this is not your grandfather's Cadillac. This is a Cadillac for the modern age.